Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm JD, part 2 of the 10 crafty questions. Am I the only one who has split this over multiple videos? Oh my gosh. Okay, when I go deep, okay? So, and I really hope it's helpful for those who want to get to know me and for those who are just connecting with this idea of journals and journaling. And I really, this video series, I guess it's not just about me answering 10 crafty questions, it's me sharing my journey of journaling, which I wanted to do for ages, and I guess this is just giving me the opportunity. So I really hope it's inspiring and helpful and just gets you wanting to make journals and journal in them. So let me just continue on about journals and what they mean to me and tracking my journey. So in this book, I kind of combined all of my journals from 1994 to 1999, or all my writing. And I did a series of these right up until 2004, and I was going to do it right up until the present, but it just became too big a project because eventually my writing transferred onto a laptop as well. And to print out every single bit of writing I've done, that would just, no, too long, way too long. So this one though was just tracking all my writing. So from school diaries, this was my exercise book for school writing, and we would write not only stories in there, but diary entries or reports and things. And like this is the actual ribbon of, you know, our sports day where I got second amazingly for something. I don't even know what I got second for. And this is originals from my books. You know, on Wednesday we had Science and Technology Day. On Friday, the 26th of April, we had a fun run. So all these journal entries here. So I'm just going to flip through, you know, camps that I went on. Okay, let me show you this page. This is the page I really want to show you. This is original pages from my very first journal that my mum gave me. Let me go back a bit. I guess how I got into journaling, it was always there. Like before I got into actual journals, I was given like planners for birthdays and Christmases, and there were two in particular. I wish I kept them. They were these trifold things with a magnet strip. They were kind of long and narrow and had this thin magnet strip that you flipped open, and then it opened like that. And I don't know if anyone knows what they were, but they're not around anymore, I don't think. I wish I could get one. But I had two. One was a Sweet Valley High one, which, you know, I was never into Sweet Valley High, but someone just gave it to me. I was given two, actually. I don't know how I got two. Anyway, and it came with this card with Jessica and Elizabeth. I thought Elizabeth started with an I back then, J-I. Anyway, so that's the original, and I stuck that in. But then I got another beautiful one, same design, and it had this beautiful like decoupage collage on it. It was so pretty. And I would just write little notes in each day slot, you know, of what I did. So that's where it really began. And then my mum, there's little milestones in my journey. Then my mum gave me a journal when I was 11, I believe. I was in grade 5. And that's when everything changed. It was my very first journal that was blank. And this was the cover. I wish I kept it too, but this was before junk journals. I chucked lots of things out before I discovered junk journals. It came with a key and a lock. And I just thought it was so special. It was a Hunchback of Notre Dame diary. And let me read to you. Oh, it's 1996. So yeah, grade 5, 2nd of October. Day 1. I got this diary on Wednesday. Right now, I'm at my mum's house writing in this diary at 8:08 p.m. I'm a detail person. We went shopping at Knox City and Banksia. List, what I got. Diary. Headband. Gold. 2 books. Boy and belly flop. Rice crackers. This diary has a lock and 2 keys to open the lock. I like having the lock. I'm probably going to hide 1 key at my dad's house in my special jewellery box. The other one I'm going to put on my chain that I wear all the time so I don't lose it. It is going to be good having a diary so I can write in it nearly every day. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I won't show you the rest of this just because there is pictures of people in there. But then, okay, so this is the next series, 2000 to 2001. And this journal here, which I took apart to put into these books, There's nothing in it, and now I sort of regret it, but you know, this is just what I did. I've always taken apart things, and it's my way of, like, I document my life in a journal, and then I want to document the journal itself, so I take apart the journal and put it in another journal. I just love documenting everything. So this journal will mean so much to me. I'll never get rid of this cover, ever. Because I guess it's my colours. When a cover speaks to me, it just, again, it's a transcendent thing. And I guess when a journal speaks to me a lot, the cover, it inspires me, and it tells me what I'm going to write about. It makes me use a journal. And that's what this journal did. And for the first time I started writing, well, I guess I did in that other journal too, but I started, because I got this in year 9 for a birthday present. You can see, have a wonderful birthday, love always, my sister-in-law and brother. So, and I loved unicorns, so you can see that back then. But on the other page, I cut it out, she wrote, "The world is but a canvas to our imagination. May you fill this book with poems, dreams, and wishes." Now this inscription, I guess, changed everything. When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's what I'm going to fill this book with. So this is just so, so significant for me, so meaningful. And I feel like I want to write something like that in every single journal that I ever make and give out. Because this changed my world, I suppose. It changed my approach to journaling. And, or maybe not necessarily changed it, but took it seriously. The fact that someone else knew or valued or encouraged me to use my imagination to fill a journal with things that mattered to me, my poems, my dreams, my wishes. It kind of, I guess, validated it, I suppose. Like, I already knew it was, you know, my place to do what I wanted, as my own, to nurture my things that I like and my stories. But this was just like, yeah, that's what it's for. Use it like that. Anyway, so it really means a lot to me, and I hope that encourages you, because that's the thing that really encouraged me and inspired me. And this journal, I call this one, like, this is the milestone. So yeah, those original first ones with those magnets was the first episode in this journey, then the one that my mum gave me, and then this one. So that's how it all began. And then I've got like 50 notebooks. So throughout my life, ever since, you know, this one, I started buying my own from then on. And it's kind of like a thing I try to do when I go to a holiday place or something. I would get a journal. So this was one that I got when I was in Bright. Where's another one? This is one that I got when I went to Mornington. And yeah, I just... I haven't even used this one. As you can see, it's in this packet. And I haven't used this one either, but this is one of my favourites. People would always get these for my birthday and Christmas because I knew I loved notebooks. And I love this one because it's more about capturing my love of writing. You have been in every line I've ever read, Charles Dickens. And this is really cool because the pages are actually, the lines are the words of the book. Just really small. That is impressive, isn't it? I just love it because it's blue. That's why it was given to me, because it's blue. And then this one was really special too. My friend made me this for my 21st when I was at uni. And it's got a butterfly on it. Who knew? Because this was before I discovered junk journals, way before. She even embroidered JH, my initials, on there. And she even embroidered a birthday message on the front. So let me just show you this special notebook that is refillable. So it even has a pen loop, and it got water damaged. But anyway, happy 21st birthday. So that was just so special. And the back. So yeah, you can slip it out, and I've refilled this many, many times. Let me just have a look. Yeah, I don't use this journal anymore because I junk journal now, but yeah, this is from my 21st party or thing that I had. And just stuck that in there, and I'll just see if I can... Yeah, like, again, it's that junk journal style with an article about my sports team winning, the Eagles. So yeah, anyway, that is just a look at some of the most special journals that I've collected in my collection. Let me kind of move these out the way. Oh, they can stay, I suppose. Yeah, there's just some other ones that I won't bore you with, but you know, all I need is a sheet of paper and something to write with, and then I can turn the world upside down. I love that. And this cover. So I guess I'm showing you these ones just to show how it's all about the cover for me, and they inspire me so much. So that is my journaling journey. I guess that answered the other question too. Where does your love for journaling come from? And the question actually is, where does your love for craft come from? But I kind of combined that all with, you know, how I grew up colouring in and drawing, and all through school coloured in and drew, and then extended that to scrapbooking and card making and jewellery making, and then journals. But then I just wanted to just show you why journaling meant so much to me. And I guess, you know, when I look at my shelf, I've got one shelf full of, jam-packed full of journals. They're kind of overflowing, and I need to get a bigger shelf. So when I look at them, I'm not sure if you're going to relate to this, but this is just going deep again. I go, they are me. When I see those journals on that shelf, I just think that's me. And I think, what's that saying? I say that I am most me recorded in these journals, because there's no pretenses. There's absolutely no pretenses in your journal. You're not on your best behavior. You're not being polite. You're not being, I don't know what, like politically correct. You're not worrying about impressing people. You're not editing yourself. You're not censoring yourself. You're just you expressing yourself and expressing your own life, mind, thoughts, heart, soul. And that's why I guess these field ones, these are so special to me. And I'm not sure if that sounds really weird, but this records my life, a snapshot of my life. This records a whole moment in my life. Like, some of them last a month, some of them last years, depending on how often I come back to it. But these contain a piece of me in them. And that's what most of all, I suppose, is the thing that means so much, I guess, because yeah, our memories fade. We can forget who we were, or we can forget things that have happened in our lives. And I guess, okay, this is where we go deep. So to say, yeah, this is me, and why that matters, because everyone matters. This is one of my core beliefs. Everyone has so much worth and value, and we all matter. And that's why this commemorates that. Every page is like a declaration saying, I am someone, I exist, and I matter, and it's worth something to keep this. And my whole life, I kind of grew up with this mindset. My biggest struggle was that I felt like I wasn't worthy, and, you know, that feeling of you don't matter. So my growing up in school, high school, my actual goal, like I sat down and thought about this, and my goal was to be invisible, because if I was invisible, then no one could tease me. And it wouldn't matter if I didn't belong or didn't fit in, or I was the last one picked on teams, because I wasn't seen. So that was kind of my goal. You know, I tried to impress people, tried to be liked, but it always, more often than not, ended up with people laughing at me and like, oh, look at you trying to fit in, look at you trying to be cool. And so my defense against that was to just be invisible and to be silent. Yeah, because I thought, yeah, if I'd be seen, you know, people wouldn't like me, or all that kind of stuff. I'd be rejected. And yeah, so my journals are my place where I could be seen and heard, where I wasn't invisible and where I wasn't silent. And yeah, okay, it was only for me, and only I read them. They're for my eyes only. But that's enough for me to know at least there's some part of me on paper, some physical part of me out there in the world, and it's not just locked up in me, you know, in my silence and invisibility, if that makes sense. I guess that's why it also means so much, because, you know, I guess it's always that thing as well, you know, we don't live forever. One day we won't be here, but these will still be here. And I guess I have these ideas that will get passed down to future generations, or even, I was thinking maybe, when I'm grey and old and I know my time is come, I would send one to one of my subscribers. One each would get one, or something like that. I mean, I don't know, you'd probably be just as old as me or whatever. But, you know, something like that, to pass little pieces of me around. And I don't know if that sounds so weird, but it's just my way of saying, I was here, I lived, and these are my experiences, and these are my memories, and these are my stories. And even if I didn't say them out loud, for whatever fear or just whatever, they're in here at least. They're documented. So when I look at my journals, yeah, I go, that's me. And they tell me I exist. And that matters to me. And so that's, again, why I encourage you guys. I really hope this is making sense and is helpful. You guys matter so much. And I always encourage people to journal, because not only, for so many reasons, you know, it's therapeutic, it helps give clarity and guidance and direction. It's a way for you to create. It's a way for you to document your memories. But what I really want to say is, it's because you matter. Do it because you matter. Your life matters. Record it. There was this little quote that I was trying to come up with, like, journal your life because it matters. You matter. Your stories, your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, your knowledge, your wisdom, your gifts, your creativity, your imagination, they matter. They really, really, really matter. And I have this thing, you know, I want to know everything about a person. I want to get to know their hearts and their stories, and you can do that in here. This is made for that. That's its purpose. And I love that so, so much. It's always a privilege when someone lets me read their journal and I can flick through it. And that's why I guess I love seeing journal pages, especially, because even more than making journals, I love writing in a journal. And that's what I hope for others. Even more than encouraging you and inspiring you to make your own, what I really want is for you to write and create and document your own life in your own journal in some way, whether it's an art journal, or even if it's a scrapbook, or just straight writing, just plain writing in a notebook. It doesn't have to be a junk journal. I just think it's so important and so needed, and just because you matter. Like, imagine all those stories and memories that are lost because we don't write them down and they're gone. And